Disney. Man, they just love creating a lot of controversy for themselves, don't they? As you can see here, the Little People actors who were replaced by the cartoons in the movie Snow White are suing Disney because they lost out on a really good opportunity. They're saying it was discrimination, that we should have got our time to shine. And I agree 100%. And kudos to the Little People actors because they deserved to be in this film. It was a huge mistake for Disney to think, let's have characters who we know could play this role become these CGI guys and think it's going to do well for this film. And it's going to go over well with the Little People community. You want to be about diversity. You want to talk about how we need to have different race in films, but you leave out an important part of the community where they need these roles so they can provide for their families, they can shine and get future opportunities. I mean, you play in Disney, you might impress some people and get other future roles, but that didn't happen here, did it? Definitely a major flop for Disney. The Little People stars of Snow White are planning a class action lawsuit against Disney for replacing them with cartoons. A top U.S. lawyer has been appointed and is expected to file a claim against the studio alleging discrimination. It is the latest headache for the company over its $215 million live action remake of the 1937 cartoon. I mean, my goodness, what are we doing here? Actress Ali Chapman, 50 years old, who is 3 feet 8 inches tall, said 7 talented Little People actors could have played those roles in the live action remake, and yet they chose to use cartoons. It's an insult and discriminatory. And I agree 100%. Because again, what are we doing here? This is just disgusting work by Disney. And I don't know why you thought it was a good idea to have this happen. One executive from Disney said this. I'll scroll down and show you. He said, or she said, this new film is a disaster, and the threat of a lawsuit by Little People is on top of that disaster. So even executives from Disney are saying this is a bad idea and it's not going to, end well because now you have people talking about Snow White in ways you don't want them having conversations. Because think about it. This is a film you've been building up, marketing, and you want the families and kids to go out and see it, but they see an article like this going on from a community that feels betrayed, and I would too, hurt because you put in a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to perfect your craft. It's an important film in the Disney industry when it comes to classics out there, and you leave out an important community. You just say, no, you can't be a part of this because you know what? We're about diversity, but at the end of the day, you can't be a part of it. That doesn't make any sense. And it's hypocritical, in my opinion. Or I think it's hypocritical regardless of how you feel. Because how can you say in one breath, we want a different race and we want people getting different opportunities, but you have a community who needs specific roles, like this Snow White movie, to go out and shine. But you don't do that. And somehow you expect that the dwarf community is going to sit there and do nothing. So shout out to them for filing a lawsuit, and I hope they win or get some type of compensation because this is embarrassing. Even the Prince Charming was set up as, they say, a Robin Hood style bandit named Jonathan. And then on top of that, they went from someday my prince will come to waiting on a wish. I mean, come on. I understand you want to be different. You want to go in different directions. You want to be, exactly like the animation film. But to take away songs out of this movie and think that's going to be a good idea and change up the entire character of Prince Charming, yeah, no wonder it bombed. No wonder it's laughable. No wonder people are just bashing this movie because you thought to remake everything, to play identity politics, and that somehow, some way, traditional families are going to like this film. No, that's not going to happen. And I don't know what's going to happen from here for Disney, but the dwarf community, shout out to them because they deserve better. They shouldn't be caught up in, this type of controversy where they're stripped away from opportunities, especially from an industry that caters to kids and families. And I'm sure these, dwarf actors love Disney. They have kids, and how do they feel right now? So you're creating a lot of unnecessary situations and bad blood. And yeah, this is just nasty stuff by Disney, and you're gonna face some consequences. I just don't understand why you thought it was a good idea to use cartoon characters for a live remake. You already did that in the animation film. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me. Why go from an animation film to live action and don't bring live dwarfs on screen. I mean, it makes sense to me. But yeah, that's Disney for you. They just seem to flop and they love creating controversy these days. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts about the dwarf community suing Disney for not having an opportunity in Snow White. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.